Hi there, I'm Staff Sergeant Grassi, and today we're doing a group project over problem-solving performance. Now, problem-solving performance is a really big issue here at Luke Air Force Base, specifically for a common issue that we're all seeing today, which is coronavirus. Now, coronavirus has really gotten to be a problem at Luke Air Force Base based on the fact that it's really stifling our ability to continue day-to-day operations. Now, my group came together and we started brainstorming creative problem solving solutions to issues that we're seeing rise up on a daily basis here at Luke. One of the biggest issues that we found was that airmen that are either immunocompromised, on quarantine, retirees, or people that don't have the ability to get to base to get to their required pharmacy needs are at a loss for other options. And this is where we thus identified a problem. Now, when we sat down and we thought about solutions to this problem, we started thinking about assets that we have currently on base that really aren't being utilized successfully. We thought about people that we could supplement from other areas and other expertises that could come in and help our other airmen. And a solution that we came up with would be, medical professionals coming in, seeing the ones that are not able to do their day-to-day job, possibly supplementing the ones that have way too much workload right now. We also thought about other airmen from other AFSCs, and then we came up with a really great solution, which is Airmen Against Drunk Driving. Now, Airmen Against Drunk Driving is a nationwide idea that airmen have had, that if we have airmen that need volunteer hours or airmen that just feel like giving back, what they can do is they can volunteer, they can drive out to airmen that are in need of a safe ride, and they can bring them back. Now, without a proper need for this right now, we thought a good solution to the problem at hand is maybe using these as a delivery service. Now, when thinking about the logistics behind solving this problem, we realized that one of the first hurdles that we were going to have to jump through would be getting proper approval from the Med Group Commander. Now, assuming that we could do this, assuming that we could have a sit-down conversation and actualize this problem and solution, we would then be able to move on to other aspects. So a big problem would be making sure that we have proper PPE. All of the airmen going out on deliveries would have gloves, they'd have masks, really everything that they need to stay safe and stay professional while getting all of these deliveries done. Another thing is possibly looking for airmen in the pharmacy that might be working a schedule that's, 1 week on, 1 week off, that would be able to help out by bringing their credentials and making sure that deliveries involving all pharmaceutical needs are also approved and have somebody that works in that field handling all of those deliveries or handling teams of people that would be handling those deliveries. And then from there, we would have a strict, rigorous training program that would make sure that all other deliveries for regular essential needs and groceries would be taken care of in a timely, professional manner. And then from there, we could go on to probably one of the most important steps is figuring out a system of having people sign up for this service and helping as many individuals and airmen, retirees, and all that stuff that we would need to, or that we could.
The problem-solving process that we've created is called the HGW 8-step problem-solving process. The first step of the process is to define the problem. This step was taken from the 6-step problem-solving model. Step 1 is a critical step in the problem-solving process because this is the step that determines the overall focus of the project. The problem that our group has realized is that retirees, airmen that have contracted COVID, and airmen that have come in contact with COVID that have been quarantined need assistance with retrieving medical prescriptions as well as essential items and groceries. The second step of our process is to gather the facts and determine the root causes of the issue. This step is a combination of the Army's 7-step model as well as the determine the root causes step of the 6-step model. During this step, all information that pertains to or might influence the identified problem is gathered and the root cause of the problem is determined. We determined the root cause is that As a whole, were just unprepared for something like COVID-19 to hit us, so there were no programs in place to take care of this issue. Our third step in our process is to set goals. This step was taken from the 10-step problem-solving model. Goals provide vision and direction to the team, help the team make decisions and know which paths to take. Our goal is to successfully and efficiently provide medication, essential items, and groceries to compromised airmen and retirees that aren't able to leave their homes. Step 4 of our problem-solving process is to develop all possible solutions. This step was taken from step 4 of the Army's 7-step problem-solving process. It is extremely important to consider all the possible solutions while problem solving in order to determine the most viable and feasible option for your problem. While determining all of our possible solutions, we discussed volunteer medical staff who may be working from home during COVID. We discussed utilizing airmen from the pharmacy to deliver the prescriptions. And then the last solution we discussed is utilizing the Airmen Against Drunk Driving program, since mostly all the bars and everything is closed during this time. We would take advantage of that and implement them as a resource to deliver essential items to the retirees and sick and quarantine.
What we're going to go into is selecting a solution. We pulled this from the 6-step problem-solving method. In this, you basically choose the best theory that you think will help solve the problem. The solution that we came up with to solve our problem is to expand on the Airmen Drunk Driving Assistance Program. In this, they will give assistance to the whole base where they will cater to the sickly and to the elderly to all their needs, which would include groceries, medicine, and also any other items that are needed so they never have to leave their house during a crisis such as COVID. After selecting a solution, you want to evaluate the solution by asking multiple questions about your solution. We pulled this from the creative thinking problem-solving steps. In this, you basically want to ask questions to help strengthen your solution or to see if your solution has any holes or errors in it so that you can correct it when needed. Speaking of correcting and changing, one big issue that we found with our solution was how will we get prescribed medicines to those individuals that need it. Thus, the next step is to adjust the solution if needed. We pulled this from the 10-step problem-solving method. In this, you will make sure that your solution is strong enough so that it can be executed. And if not, then you come up with a new solution to your issues. With that, our solution was pretty solid with one issue. So to cover that one issue, we ended up stating that we would create pins to certify the user of picking up the prescribed medicines. The final step is to implement the solution and evaluate the outcomes. We pulled this from the Army 7-step method. In this, you basically want to execute your solution and then verify that the problems have been solved. To execute our solution, we created an Airman Assistance Base program. In this, the individual who needs the assistance will call and get the airman's rank and last name. Also, they will get an estimated time on whatever services they need to be delivered to their house. If there are any medical items that need to be delivered, the individual will have to give a PIN number to help verify what medical items they need. Once they have all your items, they will deliver the items to your house and then leave them at your door so that you can receive them. We will also have an after call survey so that you can review and tell us everything that you liked or disliked about your experience with us. That way we can improve on our program so that we can better cater to your services.